Hey everybody, welcome to the Outdoor Line Podcast. We are on it's the end of day 6 of our mule deer hunt. We've had a few busy nights, late nights, and haven't been able to record a podcast, so we're going to do a little catch up here. We left off at day 2, so starting in on day 3, it was kind of a rough morning. We didn't see anything at first light like we'd hoped for. We were driving these field roads, like these 2-track roads, kind of around CRP and around crop fields and stuff. And all of a sudden, I hear something out my window. It's like this hissing noise, and I can't figure out what it is. And I look in my rearview mirror, and sure enough, I see an antler stuck in my tire. So I get out, and there's this nice big 5-point whitetail shed, brow tine buried 3 inches into my rear tire on my truck. So that was pretty frustrating. Literally called Max, and I was like, man, we've got a problem. Told him about it, and while I was on the phone, like it's leaking a lot of air. And while I was on the phone, I pulled it out, and it just went completely flat in about 4 seconds. I mean, just whoosh, done.
Yeah, I heard your voice and then just sounded like a tsunami came through.
Yeah, like a jet taking off. Just so much air leaving the tire. So that kind of sucked. We uh, ended up having to take the tire and wheel off. Took it to nearest town. Had them put a patch on it. Hopefully that holds. Get us home. But so we got that back going.
Yeah.
We had pretty good wind that day, so we decided that we were going to walk some cornfields, try to turn up some bucks kind of midday. It was hot, miserably hot.
Mid 80s.
Yeah, and that's like a real monotonous task, just like the same thing, just peeking down these corn rows, glassing. And I actually got tired of packing my bow. Like through the corn, you're kind of fighting it, it gets hung up and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to strap it to my backpack and keep going here. I can always quickly shut my backpack off if I needed to and grab my bow. But anyway, I got back to the truck and set my bow in the truck and realized I have 2 of my 5 arrows, and 3 of my 5 arrows had fallen off somewhere in that cornfield. So that was frustrating. There's no chance of going back and finding those. But that was pretty much day 3. We didn't.
Yeah, I walked, I mean, where I saw, the big buck Monday, I've been focusing on that area and just, checking these 3 little fields basically, like hoping he shows back in one. And if I don't catch him at first light, kind of in the open, I'll go to those cornfields and do the same thing you're doing
Right.
all day. So, with no luck, didn't see any deer.
Yep. Like no deer at all. I think I picked out 1 doe in one of them cornfields was it. So fast forward to day 4, opening day of antelope rifle season, and it was very chaotic. The Orange Army was here and in full force.
Yeah.
Like we saw hunters everywhere all day, driving around, hauling ass.
Yeah.
Hunters parking just anywhere alongside the road and taking out, walking in the field and shouldering their gun, looking like they're going to shoot. And
I saw at one point there were 3 groups of guys closing on this one little herd of antelope. It was insane.
yeah, I mean, multiple times we met like driving these field roads, like a group of like 3 vehicles, 2 people per vehicle.
Yeah.
In a line, like an army. Here they come. So
they don't get out of their vehicles.
yeah,
They just stay in them.
yeah, they just drive until they see something they're
And
interested
we're,
in.
stopping and we're walking most of the day.
Right. So that was
But
frustrating. We know that can stir the deer up, though. It could move them around, can get them in places where maybe they wouldn't normally be. So that can be a good thing. But I think fortunately for us, we didn't have a stalk that day because it could have easily been messed up by a hunter. An antelope hunter. It could just easily get messed
yeah,
up.
that's happened before.
Yeah. Um, that was day 4.
Yep. No deer again for me. I was doing the same thing.
Yep.
Trying to find what do we call him? Ghost?
Yeah, we called this buck Ghost. The big buck we seen on the first day, we decided we were going to call him Ghost because he just disappeared. Left the country. We haven't seen him. Don't know where he's been.
Saw
right?
the bucks he was with.
Yeah.
but did not see him.
Yep. So anyway, day 5, we start out. For me, I was doing the same thing, kind of driving my normal routes, glassing the normal areas. Hadn't seen anything. And Max gives me a call and said, "Hey, I see 3 deer up here by these power lines." I said, "Well, I just drove through there like 30 minutes ago." Um, so anyway, I looped back around to get eyes on these deer, and sure enough, it was the 3 bucks I had seen on day 1. One being a nice 3x3. He doesn't have any forks. Um, just a clean 3x3, pretty big frame. Not an old deer, but not a young deer either. Kind of, I don't know, middle aged, maybe 4-year-old deer. Nice sized body. And at this point in the hunt, I'm willing to shoot this deer. Like, he's pretty nice. So that kind of got me pumped up. Like, heck yeah, these deer are going to go bed in this corn right here. And it was going to be good, right? Well, these deer did not want to bed. They worked one way, and then they get uncomfortable and work back the other way. And eventually they worked over this hill and got into this draw and seemed to be good and calmed down and acted like they were going to bed. And about that time, I get a call from Max. Or tell him about your morning, I guess.
Yeah, so, well, I think I spotted those deer from a long ways away, and I was like, Luke, there's some deer down there, and you
Yeah.
took off to check them out. And so while you're doing that, I'm like, you know, I'm going to go back to my spot. I've been checking every day. It's a Milo field. And I'm like, there's this one draw in this Milo field. It's not a very big Milo field. It's just really long. But there's this one draw that you can't see from any road. Like, you have, or really a close walking distance. You really have to hike in there to see it.
Yep.
And you kept telling me, are you sure you're checking that, every day? And I'm like, no, but, I can see 80% of the field. So I think I'm covering it.
Right. So just in like the process of thinking like, where could this buck be?
Yeah.
I would just kept thinking like, oh, he was here the first day. We think we know this deer from last year, and he tended to be in the Milo last year.
Yeah. The whole trip.
So the more I thought about it, I was like, man, he probably wants to be in that Milo. I was like, are you sure you're covering the whole field? Like, I think it's worth checking because we've gone a couple days now without seeing him.
So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna tell Luke that I covered the whole field, so I'm gonna walk out there. So I walk whatever half mile to get up there, get up to this ridge where I can look down on the straw, and I'm scanning. I just see a white face, antlers. I'm like, oh, there's a buck, and it's not a big one, just 3x3, but I'm pretty sure I recognize him as one of the ones Ghost was with day 1. So I'm watching him, and another one pops his head up, and it's that little sticker 4x4, that young buck that I could have shot day 1 but didn't. That was also with Ghost, and then another one, and it ended up being 4 bucks there, but no Ghost.
Right, the same 4 that we were on real close on day 1.
So I call you. I'm like, hey dude, I got those 4 bucks again. I don't see him though. I'm just gonna give it some time. So I think I watched those 4 little bucks for 30 minutes, and they just fed, screwed around, did their thing. Like, he's not here, just starting to get that sinking feeling. And I think I called you back to get a status on your, buck and what you were tracking. And I'm on the phone with you, and I'm like, I'm glassing at the same time, and I'm looking over, and I'm like, looks like way far right of the 4 bucks. I see another one. And I'm like, hold on, Luke. There's another buck here. Hang up. Get a closer look. It's Ghost.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to tell because his antlers are really dark, and it's hard to see him in the Milo.
Yeah, he kind of blends in with the Milo tops.
He looks like a forky from a distance. Like, you can't even see antler almost. But I confirmed it was him. He swung his head around enough and met up with the bucks, and now there's 5. And I'm like, crap, we might have a play here.
Yep. So I left my deer, or what I'm calling my deer, right? Left it. We kind of devised a game plan. Got in there we left the truck about 11:15 that morning. By the time we got rounded up and got ready and started heading in there, we had good strong wind coming out of the northeast.
Yeah, strong wind.
Headed in. had a general idea where they were at, but not for sure. Either way, we got in there, and after I think he shot at 5:10. So basically, 6-hour stalk. Max did get a shot on this deer. 48 yards. Shot was back a little bit. We opted to leave him overnight.
Yeah.
And today, as we're recording, this is the end of day 7 for us, and we've got him. He's here. We found him this morning. All's good. Wasn't a perfect shot, but that's okay. Like, we did the best we could. We did everything right.
I would say the placement was pretty good. I just didn't get the
penetration
depth that I wanted. Yeah.
I would agree.
It was a little right of where I was aiming, but
either way, we're stoked. Max killed a giant deer. He's awesome. He's everything you could dream about for a big mule deer. And we're going to tell the full story on the next podcast. So
yeah, cool. Looking forward to it. Yep.
Right now, we're going to go to bed because it is 12:30 at night. So thanks for listening. This will probably be the last update of the trip, and the next podcast will come out will be Max and I talking about the trip as a whole, kind of giving details on everything that happened, everything that went down, and definitely talking about this big buck we got down. So
yeah, it's kind of a wild story.
Very wild.
Wild 12 hours.
Very wild. So it's been a very long day. Yeah. So thanks for listening. See you guys next time.